Everyone was fleeing town on the day that I was born. Mama folded me into her shawl and started walking amid the dust and colour. I heard the boom, boom, boom of her heart. When the dust stung my eyes and throat, Mama wrapped me like a cocoon. The sun danced through the red weave, lulling me to sleep. Donkey's lips hung loose with thirst. His head and ears drooped as low as they could go. Eventually, Mama spread her shawl across the dry earth. "We'll rest here," she said. As we climbed higher, the snow nipped my nose. The world below was as small as sticks and stones. But we climbed up and over until that world disappeared. When we arrived at who knows where, Mama took off her shawl. It rested over us like a tired blanket. Its edges were frayed and split. Each night I lay warm in her arms until the sun again rippled over the earth. When the days were long, I'd play with shadows and light. The shawl, stretched wide between two sticks, became our puppet stage. Monkeys chased lions across the red screen. Their shadows danced and hopped. When the days were hot, we'd make trucks and balls. Under the shade of the shawl, Mama shaped clay with her hands. Twigs joined wheels to a cube. She rolled the toy over my dusty toes. "Brum, brum," she said. We wrapped plastic bags, one over the other, until they grew into a ball. Then we kicked and kicked until the mountains swallowed the sun. But it was the giddy-up game that Mama reminds me of most, because it rode us all the way to Zada's door. She opened her door. She offered us tea. As the snow began to fall once again, Mama's shawl only reached so far. My legs poked out. They shivered in the night sky. But Zada helped Mama make a warmer shawl, and then another, and another, and another. Mama hummed to the click of Zada's sewing machine. I hummed too. We all hummed together. Zada also gave me a gift. It was something I'd never seen before. I flicked the pages. She pointed to the letters. I copied her sounds. Mama did too. Then I wrapped the treasure like my own baby in the red shawl and carried it back to where everyone could hear. I said those sounds over and over, sitting under the red shawl, until everyone knew them too. Good night.
I just can't do it. I'm standing at the edge of the pool, staring at the terrifying blue below, stretching like a block of colored concrete. "Yes, you can," says Zakir like he always does. "You swim very well now, Alu." Easy for him to say. My brother has won the swimming championship 3 years in a row. He's a rare nerd who's also a jock, which makes him a huge heartthrob at school, though he's way more interested in books and sports than girls. "But what if I drown?" I squeak. "That will be seriously tragic, as I won't get to go to Disney World." "Drama queen," laughs Zach. "Come on, Alu, take a deep breath and jump." But what if I bash my face and get so bruised that nobody asks me to the summer social? Truth be told, I'm not thinking of nobody. I'm thinking of Joy. I'd seen him around school for years, but it was only this spring, once I got my first set of glasses, that Joy started looking completely different. I caught him diving one day at our swimming club. Joy was in flight, soaring through the twilight sky like a very special bird, fluttering his biceps rather than wings. My heart had bounced up into the sky in a great big splash. I shoot a quick glance around the pool, making sure that Joy isn't there to witness my moment of unglory with his gorgeous eyes. Joy's lashes always look infinite. like the distance right now between me and the water. Alia, yells Zakir, I know you can do it. Just say yes. And I do. And Zach is right, as always. Honestly, I don't know how I'll manage when my super brother goes off to Princeton. I still can't believe you're starting college so soon, right after Disney World, I tell Zach back home. I wonder what Joy is doing right now. I really hope he asks me to the social, but I haven't admitted this to Zach yet. My brother and I talk about everything, but I've noticed that he isn't at all interested in the topic of Joy. I'm not sure why they aren't friends. After all, they are in the same class and on the cricket team too. Perhaps it's the competitive streak in Zakir. He has to be best at everything, and Joy is, after all, the other star on the cricket team. While Zach is our top batsman, Joy is the trickiest spin bowler in high school cricket, much envied for his wrist speed. I can't stop thinking about Joy, so I switch on the TV. The thing is, there are hardly any love stories you'll find there that could actually happen to teenagers like me. I mean, the stuff you see on film or on TV, it has nothing to do with the way we fall in love. Everybody looks so perfectly coordinated, and their dramas are so incredibly pat that you want to barf. I flip through the channels, forgetting the SAT practice tests waiting on my desk. An endless stream of soap operas frothing with wives and mistresses as they cook, primp, and conspire against each other. A film with 3 old men dressed like teenagers chasing girls just a bit older than me. Yuck. A news report of an acid attack on a schoolgirl, leaving her blind in one eye. My God, how terrifying. So, how's that SAT test coming along? Zach breezes in. Did I mention he scored a perfect 2400? I should hate him, right? Ugh, I groan. I'll never finish these before we leave for Florida. I can't do it. Yes, you can, declares Zach like he always does. How? Look at these words I have to memorize. Pulchritude, obfuscate, unimpeachable. Who on earth uses such words? Well, where are those flashcards you made? Zach asks. Let me quiz you with those. Oh, don't bother. I'm sure I don't remember any of them. I bet you do, Alia, says Zach. Just say yes. And I do. And once again, my brother is right. My thoughts rush back to Joy, of course. I can't be absolutely sure he'll ask me to the social, but I do know that I'm the only girl he spends time with. And I've had some very encouraging signs. Example, he always hangs around the club when we are there and insists on walking me home from the library. Even when we run out of things to say, Joy keeps the conversation going by asking fully random questions like, so what's Zakir up to these days? Joy has never been a sparkling conversationalist, but whenever he flashes those dimples at me, my heart sets off on a marathon. For nothing in the world could ever obfuscate this boy's unimpeachable pulchritude. Alia, we will not be going to Disney World. Dad's voice interrupts my reverie. What? I'm devastated. I mean, everything about this trip has been planned for ages. It's not safe, Dad explains. At least 40 people were shot dead in Orlando early this morning, probably more. What happened? I whisper. Where were they so early in the morning? So late at night is more like it, a nightclub. Gruesome affair, says Dad. Who were they? Zach asks. What were they doing? They were mostly men, young men who were, well, dancing, I suppose. Look, I know it's uncomfortable to think about such a weird scenario sitting here, but at least in India, our boys are not marrying each other like they do in the States. Still, this shooting is very sad. Even those people have a right to live, of course. Zach stares at Dad. I think everyone should have the right to marry who they want, Zach says slowly. Do you now? You think they should be allowed to marry and have children? The vein on Dad's temple starts to throb. Men with men? Women with women? Just like normal people? I'm sure they were normal people, Dad, those 40 who were killed today. Zach's voice is shaking, but he looks Dad straight in the eye. Do not argue with me, Zakir. Dad's face is turning red. By divine intervention, the doorbell buzzes just at that moment. Zakir! I yell, interrupting Dad. We have to get the door! Beautiful Joy stands on the doorstep, his face lighting up when he sees us. Sorry I couldn't make it to the club today, he says. I thought I'd stop by to ask about the summer social. Yes! There it is, finally! The moment I've been waiting for. Joy steps in gingerly as he keeps talking. So, I was wondering if you'd like to come to the dance with me, Zakir? Zach's mouth falls open, literally. So does mine. Zach keeps speaking, shy but kind of awesomely fearless. I know you are going away to college soon, but I've always liked you, you see. Zach's mouth closes, but his eyes fill up with tears. Oh my God. How could I have been so blind? Everything moves into focus, finally. Why Zach has never had a girlfriend and feels so awkward talking about Joy. Why Joy joined our swimming club and walks me back all the way to my doorstep. I'd got it so wrong. It's not that Zakir and Joy don't like each other enough to be buddies. They like each other too much. Zach stares at Joy, eyes brimming still, unable to utter a word. He swallows hard as Joy speaks. Zakir, do you think we could... No, I can't, Joy, says Zach, his voice trapped in tears. Yes, you can, I hear myself say, not letting him finish. I've never seen Zach like this before, all trembly and confused. I'm the emotional one, not Zach, so we've always been told. But I have nursed my crush for just a few weeks. Zakir has hidden his for years. Zach, I whisper, just say yes. And he does. Good night, everyone. Happy World Sight Day.